Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul, joined by Jack Weinberger. No Ziggy today. No Robert Ziggy Ziegler at the University of Virginia.
Viewers plummeting.
Viewers plummet immediately. Immediately, yeah. Actually, no more Ziggy at the University of Virginia ever.
I know.
It's the show.
Northeast now. Ziggy in Boston.
Is that what we're going to say? Welcome, Paul Farrington Show, Jack Weinberger, Robert Ziggy Ziegler up in Boston.
Hey, is Beantown Boston?
Beantown? Yes, Beantown is Boston.
I'd say that. I'd say
Beantown. Beantown, yeah.
Robert Ziggy Ziegler up in Beantown.
And we're joined by my sister, producer Lauren, for today, who immediately forgot that speaking into the microphone requires being near the microphone.
I did not immediately forget. I did not think that I needed to speak into the microphone because I was so shocked at Beantown because I've never heard it. So I figured that I would emote and be loud and project.
There's the Bean in Chicago.
Lauren here, viewers back up.
Viewers back up. Thankfully, my sister did not want a camera on herself for the episode.
No, my hair looks greasy right
probably
now.
Saves us from comments that I don't want to see. So, anyway,
hey, we get to look at it though.
If you're enjoying these videos, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. The live count, we are at 19,759 subscribers at the moment.
Woo-hoo!
So, hopefully by the end of this we continue to go up, and I mean we are rapidly approaching 20,000, which will be really cool. That'll be a great moment for the show. I think 100,000 you get a plaque, so we got quite a ways to go to get the plaque. I actually just got one for hoops tonight.
That's a fifth of the way there.
Yes, right? Fifth of the way there.
What percent? It's 20%.
Good math. Jack.
Well done.
20%. Yep. See that?
We were talking before the show. Producer Zach or Jack, if they were in a battle of the brains, who would win? And I think that Jack's showing right now why he would be the clear front runner.
Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments.
Who do you think would win a brain battle between Zach and Jack? That would be...
That's quite a good brain battle.
Yeah, that
would take a long time.
So today we're going to go around some of the training camp stories. We're going to hit... today, a lot of padded practices for the first time as well for teams. The Vikings and Packers both had their first padded practices. So news is kind of still trickling in at the time that we're recording this video, but we're going to talk... And that's why I tried to get the video out yesterday with the weekend reaction to the NFC North training camp story. So check that out as well. But today, we're going to hit on some of the other teams around the league, as well as what happened at the padded practices for the Vikings and the Packers. So the first story, I just want to bring this up because this was like mind-blowing to me, this video that I saw. Christian Wilkins, you know Christian Wilkins, right? The defensive tackle, formerly on the Raiders.
Clemson Tiger.
Clemson Tiger, yep, Dolphin player who producer Zach loved. So the Raiders voided the remaining $35.2 million on Wilkins' contract. The reasoning for that, when they released him, is because they were unhappy with the way he was treating his recovery for a foot injury. But then Adam Schefter went on Pat McAfee today, and this just like blew my mind. Listen to this. I'm going to play it again. We don't have at this point in time, the production capabilities to put up the video, and we're just going to play the audio, but just listen to this from Schefter.
How injured is he? When's he back? What happens here with Christian Wilkins?
Again, from speaking to people inside the locker room, I think what everybody's dancing around and tiptoeing around.
This is crazy.
The fact that when you speak to people there inside the locker room, they say that Christian playfully went to kiss a teammate on top of his head, and those same people said that player took offense to it. So That's what everybody's been dancing around and tap dancing around, an incident in the locker room where he allegedly playfully kissed a teammate on top of his head. That teammate felt offended by it. And that's what a lot of this talk and speculation that people have just been floating around out there is about.
Okay, so
who would get offended by that?
I mean, if that were,
who cares?
Thank God we don't have an HR
crazy.
department. I mean, our show would be canceled within seconds if we had.
Paul, I think I've kissed you on the cheek and head like probably 15 times.
We
Jack
just don't have an HR
department.
department.
The room, and it would just it would be.
If Jack was on the Raiders, right? Jack would have been on the Raiders for probably 30 minutes. However long it takes for HR to file the paperwork.
Chris Wilkins is having a good time. How can I say?
You know what though? Like you, a lot of people were reacting to that, saying you must not be liked in the locker room if you playfully kiss some. I don't even know how that. If you playfully kiss someone on the head,
it's one thing if they're going for the lips, like get off me, man. But like on the head, who cares?
I don't. But he must not have been that liked. I have to. Obviously, Schefter wanted to clarify that the main reasoning for it was the recovery from the foot injury. But this was just a very strange story to come out of this.
Yeah, like why are you bringing that up?
Who cares? I guess that.
Hey, people want to know the reason.
Like you have to imagine that there was a deeper locker room problem, and then this was maybe a tipping point where, guys, like you must not be liked if you're going to report that to HR, right? And that becomes a big story. Like people must have some sort of thing against Christian Will. There's got to be more to that than just a playful kiss on the head.
You know that reminds me of
where like the team is taking it that seriously. That's like not just saying, "Hey, dude, like come on," like
that's strange to me because I think it seems like he's actually trying to have fun.
Yeah, there's got to be more to that.
You know that reminds me of
what?
You ever seen that skit with Key and Peele? They're on the same baseball team, and people know what I'm talking about. They've probably seen it, where the slap ass skit.
Yes.
That's what that reminds me of.
Key and Peele. Do you remember when Obama shook the hands?
I don't know, but I think I can sense the gist of it.
The slap ass skit. Slap ass.
Remember the Key and Peele skit where they like go and they have the president dapping up all the black dudes and all the white dudes. He's like shaking his hand. He's just like, "Nice to meet you." And then he's like, "My brother, what's up?" And like Obama did it with like he didn't actually do it exactly, but like when you watch the video of him with the Olympic team, they had Obama in an interview. He's like, "I didn't realize that I was actually doing the Key and Peele skit." Those guys are pretty impressive with how they turned in like to actual movie directors and like like Get Out. And I mean, some of these movies are crazy. Who would have thought when you're watching Aaron and
Hengel McCringleberry
that these guys would be producing, like Academy Award winning movies. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
They
very
had a
creative.
vision.
Yeah, they're very creative.
What was that? Jaquarius Green Jr. or something like that?
Yeah, look at this. The number one headline on the NFL for ESPN is source: Raiders player offended by Wilkins' kiss.
That makes it sound so bad.
That does make it sound really bad. Oh, that's not. We're eventually going to have a headline that's like Ziggy offended by Weinberger kiss. Leaving PFS.
Offended by Wilkins kiss is an absurd headline.
So, okay, I just wanted to get that out because no. We're going to need an HR department at some point, and it's going to. So, I just had to bring that up because that was such a strange story.
How many complaints, if we had an HR department, how many complaints do you think there would have been already from Ziggy?
At least one per
at least one per recording.
The
Green Bay trip, we were there for 5 days. That's probably 5 a day at least.
Yeah.
So we're talking about
25. 30.
I think you've accumulated over the years. You'd probably have thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Well, thank God there's no HR department.
All right, we're gonna start off in the AFC South because where else can you start off a show, right? Than the AFC South. And Anthony Richardson. So what's gone wrong for Anthony Richardson so far? Well, he had the promising start in his rookie season, and he had fantasy owners like myself who were just I'm telling you, if Anthony Richardson didn't get hurt his rookie year, I really felt a championship brewing for the Hurricane Blasters. But as I was returning from apple picking one day, Hurricane Blasters is the name of my team, Lauren.
Oh, okay. I was like, that is a crazy.
As I was driving home from family apple picking to get back for recordings, a couple years ago, and I see Anthony Richardson had a shoulder injury that has since plagued the Hurricane Blasters and Anthony Richardson's career so far. So he had that his rookie year. Last year, he got tired and was subsequently benched after being asked to being taken out of a game. We've had some flare-ups with the shoulder that have lingered into this offseason, but now it seems like he's getting back to normal. And what's normal for Anthony Richardson means that he has all the potential in the world to be one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the league if he could just put it together. It's the same story that we've seen with this guy year 1, year 2, and now year 3. And, most people get second chances. A third chance is pretty lucky. And Anthony Richardson's on his third chance right now. So every single day, he's fighting for his NFL career. And last we heard, Jack, on Monday, as of today, he had his best day of practice so far this training camp. And that comes off of Sunday where some people said he had the best day throwing the ball of his entire training camp career over 3 years. So it's nice to see, and it's refreshing because the first few practices, Richardson did not look good. Like you see some of the videos, you hear the way people talk, they're like, this is a problem. And Daniel Jones may be in the driver's seat. But now Richardson seems to have, put himself back in position here. What I wanted to ask you, Jack, is when we're talking about the Richardson-Daniel Jones quarterback battle, do you think that Daniel Jones would need to significantly outperform? If you were Shane Steichen, would Daniel Jones need to significantly outperform AR to get the job? Or is it just like an open battle right now?
I lean towards Daniel Jones. Like to me, it takes an incredible next month for AR to be in consideration.
Oh, so you think it's the other way around? You think AR needs to have a great...
Yeah, I think it takes a great next month for AR to beat out Daniel Jones.
Got it.
Daniel Jones, the Colts seem to me like, in their minds, it's an open division. I know there's Houston, there's Jacksonville, but the Colts were a game out from playoffs last year, missed it by a game.
Mm-hmm.
They were right there with Gardner Minshew. Daniel Jones is a more durable quarterback. He's proven to be a more accurate quarterback. He stayed on the field.
Been to the playoffs.
Took a team to the playoffs and won a game. Daniel Jones gives Indy the best chance this upcoming year to be relevant.
Okay. Do you think the ceiling and this is where you get into the conversation with Anthony Richardson, the ceiling though still has to feel higher with AR, no?
Well, yeah, what is he? He's 23 years old still?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he is.
Yes, I mean if you're talking for this one upcoming season though, my quarterback's Daniel Jones.
It's just how long can we actually? Well, if Daniel Jones takes over, I don't think Anthony Richardson will ever get it back.
But I don't.
That's not to say Daniel Jones will certifiably be the guy, but if you take the job from Anthony Richardson, I don't think he's going to get it back. Let's assuming that Daniel Jones finished the year.
It's one thing if AR has looked sensational,
yeah,
like before getting hurt and outside of being hurt. But this is somebody who has struggled a bit,
who's benched,
particularly in the passing game, who got benched, who's been injured. Like to me, I think it's a no-brainer who you're starting it right now.
There's just only so long that you can go saying like if he puts it together, you need to see.
Yeah, what's he now? This
is year 3.
Third season.
This is year 3, and injuries have been a problem, like we said. But I do feel bad because I thought he got off to a really strong start that rookie year, and I'm sure that for a quarterback who's already inaccurate, hurting your shoulder does not help the situation at all. But it's as I said off the top, it's been the same story year after year. So you're going to need maybe you're right. He might have to actually win the job. From Jones. I think I'd start with AR. If it's like neck and neck, I'd give it to AR for one last go here.
I also don't know how accurate is it. It's July and he had a great day in camp. Who knows? Who knows?
You need to string together because he started poorly. So if you go poor day, great day, good day, poor day,
and that's like a symbol of his career.
That's
so
exactly right. So you need to be able to stretch those and have consistency of the good practices.
And I like him. I think the athletic ability is through the roof. I think
but if you're a Colts, let's finish it with this. If you were a Colts fan, who would you be rooting for to win the job? Still has to be Richardson, right?
I'd go Daniel Jones. He's your better chance to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'd still.
I don't think Daniel Jones is that bad.
No, he's not that bad, but I just don't think...
AR has shown me nothing. He's either been terrible or he's been hurt.
If Shane Steichen is able to work his magic, if Shane Steichen can work his magic with Daniel Jones... Well, I'm sorry. I don't know if I could... Can we say Shane Steichen work his magic? I don't...
But I mean like...
No, I mean like Shane Steichen's a good coach, but... Kevin O'Connell he's like sprinkled the fairy dust on people before, and you've seen Josh Dobbs have electric games. And Shane Steichen, he had a great year with the Eagles, but
Daniel Jones though took a team to the playoffs with like Darius Slayton as number 1 receiver. Like now you got Michael Pittman.
No, he did. And but what did he have? 15 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Like he was okay.
A divisional round appearance.
It beat the crap out of us.
Yeah,
that's why I don't know.
AR is Jones's ceiling is limited. But his floor is much lower than AR's. Sorry, much higher than AR's.
I think you're. Yeah, I think you're right in saying that. So that's why I'd root for AR to hope. I'd be optimistic and I'd be a dreamer, hoping for the ceiling.
And just hope he just explode. Yeah.
We'll continue on now. Jack was excited to talk about Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and some of the news out of Bucs training camp very encouraging for Tampa Bay supporters. And recently, Baker went on New Heights, the Kelsey podcast, which I don't want to talk about that. But on the Kelsey podcast, Jason said, "What are you looking forward to this year with Tampa Bay?" And Baker said back, Emeka Egbuka is an absolute stud. He's the real deal. You know how you can't teach guys leaving the ground to catch the ball? He's always grounded, keeps moving. There's yards after catch potential out the wazoo, but he's just so damn smart. He's willing to block, willing to do everything we ask him to do, can plug and play him at any of the 3 receiver spots right now. It's pretty exciting. Tez Johnson, the rookie receiver out of Oregon who played against Emeka twice last season, said, he's an Ohio State guy and beat me in the Rose Bowl, but he's a good guy, very twitchy for his size, runs really good routes and strong hands. The guy's smart, human computer. So everyone's saying,
What does he mean very twitchy for his size?
oh, he's
I
a
guess
larger
maybe
guy and like the ability.
Bouncy, like he can move.
He's quick.
Is
He's
that a
quick.
compliment?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like,
Twitchy?
well, think about when you're a receiver, you're trying to, you're
It's
running,
being agile.
you're running routes and you're making quick movements.
Yeah.
If you're twitchy, you're able to get in and out of
guess.
cuts quickly. And for someone his size, I think Emeka's like 6'1" or something.
Like he can move his body in a way that like someone.
Typically, if his size cannot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is a compliment. And yeah, I mean, Emeka Egbuka, everything you've ever heard about this guy, even going back to Ohio State, what do you hear? The leadership, the personality, great dude, hands, catches everything, route running. I mean, like everything that you heard at Ohio State. And our good friend Maggie tutored Emeka and had glowing reviews for Emeka as well. Smart kid. It's all translating over to the NFL. And that's where, Baker's last point there saying he can play any of the 3 receiver spots right now. I mean, look, when you got a guy like that, you're pairing him alongside Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Baker's gone for 4,500 yards 2 years or 4,000 and 4,500 yards the past 2 years. Like, this Bucs offense, I think, should keep rolling. Now it's just about, can that defense get fixed?
Yeah, and I would have loved to be tutored by Maggie as well. So lucky Emeka Egbuka, but I've seen so many clips so far of like Bucs training camp. Egbuka has looked like on the couple days now the guy that Baker Mayfield is looking for first. Like just unbelievable routes.
Oh, I can see him by the end of the year. Like I don't, supplanting Mike Evans, and it's not supplanting, so to say, because you're more of what's the word I'm looking for here? You're not supplanting. Well, come on, can anyone think of the word?
I was zoned out.
Complimenting. You're complimenting. You're complimenting Mike Evans and Godwin.
I mean, one would say he makes Mike Evans' life easier now.
Oh, 100%.
It's and we questioned this too with me, you and Ziggy a couple weeks back. We're talking about Tampa Bay and this draft pick, and did it make a whole lot of sense because they have 2 receivers? Defense was the team that struggled. You go and get a first round wide receiver, and for somebody who looks like he could pan out as a legitimate number 1. At least like how Baker's talking about him. Baker's out here saying he's the guy's a freaking stud. Yeah. And it solidifies so far. I know it's early on. The pick there in the first round to get a receiver.
We'll know as the season gets going when we see what happens with the Bucs defense, because that unit got torched last year. I know Antoine Winfield was hurt. But if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers want to be a Super Bowl team, the way that Baker Mayfield's saying they should be, and the way their fan base is starting to get that hope now after 4 straight division titles, the defense has to improve. And I do think that Emeka Egbuka as a long-term play at receiver is a great selection because Godwin's coming off an injury. Mike Evans, despite having 1,000 yards every year, is getting older. So he is a very nice option to come in there and begin the transition to the new age of receivers in Tampa. But as far as strictly winning this season, if the defense can't get corrected, all this is great, but it won't matter much because you'll get to the playoffs and you're going against the Eagles and the Lions, maybe the Packers or the Vikings, whoever it may be, the Cowboys even, to the teams in the West. Like they have electrifying offenses, and can Tampa outscore someone in a single game in a shootout? Yeah, but can they do it 2 or 3 times in the playoffs? I mean, eventually, your luck runs out.
This is a team though, the divisional round the last 2 years.
Not last year. Washington.
Right, playoffs last 2 years. It was around the year before that. But is there a way with Egbuka now that even Baker can get better?
Oh, I think so.
Like he had an MVP.
I actually think he can.
He had an MVP type season last year. Like if Baker gets better and the defense is okay.
Baker was 71.4 completion percent, 4,500 yards, 41 TDs, 16 interceptions, and 106.8 rating. The thing with Baker is...
You add a very good receiver.
Oh, you had a great... No, I think Baker can... It might be hard to... we're talking like a 5,000 yard 40.
It gives me like Bengals vibes. Like if this defense is okay and the offense can be great.
Yeah, I think that it's more about for Baker, can you stay at that level and reduce the turnovers? Because he led the league in interceptions and fumbles combined. It's what we said, 16 picks. Obviously, the defense did not help them in terms of like, again, stops and winning games that they probably should have won. But Baker turning the ball over, it didn't. I don't think he contributed massively to a lot of losses. I don't think that there were a lot of key back-breaking interceptions for Tampa. But still, you're still giving the ball away. You're losing momentum, and that seems to be the next step. But look at Lamar last year, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Single-digit interceptions for, I believe, for Burrow. But that's the next step for Baker to me, is reducing the turnovers. And I think he's acknowledged that too. But he's likely to be the long-term solution there now. Like their GM came out, they want to extend him. Like this is...
Hey, why wouldn't he be?
No, I mean, Baker Mayfield's turned himself into like a borderline top 10 quarterback in football. And if the defense shows up, it's going to be a fun season in Tampa Bay.
Get out of that jinx of a place, Cleveland.
I think I think that the Bucs are in it's not a make or break year for them, but it's definitely like this is a prove it year in a way, where we talk about the Lions and the Eagles as the top dogs. And a lot of people are bringing up the 49ers this season, the Rams. Can the Packers get there? And it seems like the Bucs are kind of just perennially in that second tier.
It's crazy too.
But they have a great chance to take that jump with the good D.
No, things could change over a year. It's just ridiculous. I remember sitting here last year talking about Atlanta and the Bucs probably missing the playoffs, and now Tampa, a team who has aspirations to play an NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
which they do.
So we'll continue on here with a couple other stories. Oh, here's one. Jaxson Dart had just a great quote that I know you'd like this, Jack, and it completely matches with the way we've talked about Jaxson Dart. For those who don't know,
I love Jaxson Dart.
Giants rookie quarterback they drafted out of Ole Miss
Dart
in the first round. Yeah, Lauren, he's rookie quarterback that Jack really liked back in college.
He's a handsome guy too.
And the Steelers had a shot at him and wound up not doing it, which at this point in time, you're probably still not too happy about, right? You would, if you had Rodgers and Dart, you'd be thrilled.
Yeah. That's what I want. I want to draft Dart and get Rodgers.
Dart's had some up and down, as everyone does in training camp. That's the other thing, is people get so worked up about training camp. Guys have ups and downs. You can get excited about the ups, but don't freak out about the downs. There's always bounce backs. And Dart on Sunday, so 2 days ago now, had a really good day at training camp. He was making a lot of good throws. Giants fans were very happy. Giants coaches were very happy. But what I really liked was the mindset that he had. He said things are starting to slow down for him, especially his first pass was intercepted, right? So there's only one way for that to go. But he said, I don't want to play like a robot. I think that's just my style. When I'm on the field, I'm going to be aggressive in any situation. A quote that we go by in the quarterback room is being aggressive, but not reckless. So when you have opportunities to put the dagger in, that's what you have to do. At the same time, you can't be reckless. So that's exactly what you liked about him coming out of Ole Miss.
Spoke like a true veteran.
Yeah. And we'll see once he's on the field, and we're kind of anticipating at some point we'll see Jaxson Dart this year, unless if Russell Wilson gets off to a fantastic start, which we're not really expecting that. But that mindset, I am a little worried about. I understand he's saying don't be reckless, but when you have the gunner mindset, that's who it sounds a little bit like to me? Lane Kiffin, which also, but it also sounds like the Caleb Williams approach, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like, I want to take the shots. And I want to not be reckless. But when you're in the game and you have guys coming at you, you're thinking really fast. Your rookie year, he said it slowed down. When you're on the field, it's a different speed, I'm sure. So that's where, when he's saying, I don't want to play like a robot, a lot of the guys who played like a robot, like when you say Tom Brady kind of played like a robot, right? Like Drew Brees played like a robot. Like there's definitely a nice balance there that he'll eventually find. But I love the quote because that's who he is. But there's a piece of me that pulls back a bit.
Well, Dart's also smarter and better than Caleb Williams.
Well, that would be yes.
He's a better quarterback than Caleb Williams is. He's able to get away with some of the crap that he does and Caleb can't. I just think he's just naturally better. But off that point, this is somebody who obviously, like all rookies, it takes that first pass, takes that first rep and that first snap. Like, get that first pick out of the way, get on the field a bit, and then realize, all right, let's go do this now. I'm sure that you have some early butterflies, and that's totally normal. But once he starts doing his thing, this guy's going to tear up the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you.
Well, Malik Neighbors, man.
That quote is fantastic.
No,
I mean,
I liked it a lot.
Running gun, him, Malik. Oh, they're going to score 40 points a game.
I do like. I like Russell Wilson said he is all-time great potential. Malik Neighbors, like
wow.
You gotta think if you're the Arizona Cardinals right now, you're seeing all these quotes and all these highlights come out with Malik Neighbors, and you're like, man, we need Marvin Harrison Jr. to take that step.
Yeah, we can't really know. It's tough to know better.
Think about how great Brian Thomas Jr. has been, how great Malik Neighbors was. I'm not a fan of saying a dude to bust after 1 year. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. might have an awesome season.
It's also like there's no way you can, like, even going back.
No, you had to take Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, you
Jr.
take Marvin Harrison Jr.
And I think, well, he put on a lot of weight. Did you see? He's like a super freak now.
He's always been a super freak.
No, but he got stronger. He came out and they're like, "You look bigger." He said, "Yeah, I put on some
Maybe
weight."
this is the year he comes down and goes for 1,500 yards. You never know.
And if he does that, now we're talking about, I mean, that trio of receivers, like, that's what an impressive class that is. Because I think Brian Thomas just came in on the NFL Top 100. Malik Neighbors, I don't think he's come up yet, but he's going to be very high. Let me see. Malik Neighbors, Top 100.
It's the LSU receiver.
Yeah, he's number 67. And Malik Neighbor and Brian Thomas Jr. came in at, where is he? Brian Thomas Jr., Top 100.
See, this is why Brian Kelly went to LSU. Because he couldn't get a Brian Thomas or Malik Neighbors at Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's number 61 for Brian Thomas Jr.
Malik was probably, top 30?
No, Malik was 67.
Oh.
So you got right there, those two dudes. Yeah, you're right. I forgot they were both LSU kids.
Yeah, that's why Brian Kelly left Notre Dame.
Well, yeah, and how's that suited him?
You can't get those guys at Notre Dame.
But you understand? We were in the national we were in the playoff. National championship game, and LSU didn't sniff it.
Notre Dame has no chance to win a championship. Like LSU,
we were winning the national championship game 10 minutes in.
There's never a chance. Like LSU, you have a chance.
Notre Dame has a better chance of winning a national title sooner than LSU does.
No, I don't.
We have a better coach, absolutely a better coach. We have better recruiting right now, and except for receiver. Yes, you're right. We have not.
That's like the biggest part of college football is a receiver.
We dominate the offensive lines. We have great running backs. Our secondary is now elite. I'm telling you, if you could put stock into one team in college football right now,
they won't win.
It might be Notre Dame over everyone else.
I'd take LSU over you.
If you could become a fan, I'm trying to think, like, Bama's not getting Saban back anytime soon. I mean, Georgia's always right there.
Texas A&M, Marcel Reed.
No.
Better get Shamar Stewart back, too.
Yeah, once they get Shamar back.
Wisconsin.
They got Luke Fickell over there coaching, right?
I like Luke Fickell. Luke Fickell's good. I'm very excited for the college football season.
Big Fick energy.
They need to get it back together. I know I'm sure we have a lot of Wisconsin fans who listen to this show. They've been really disappointing. No, I'm sorry. They've been really disappointing to me.
Is that they don't say roll badge there, do they? That's not a thing. Roll badge.
Some people do.
I thought it was just on Wisconsin.
Well, it's not like a university thing, but like the kids say it.
Varsity.
What do you think is more known?
I hate varsity. I'm so sorry to anyone listening that's a varsity lover. I'm a varsity hater.
What do you think is more known around college football? What saying? Roll Tide or Roll Badge?
Roll Tide.
You think so?
That's unquestionable.
Roll Badge.
That's close, I think.
You think?
No, I'm kidding.
I fear
Wait,
you're a fool.
I'm trying to remember this year.
Roll Tide or jump around?
What was the Big Ten championship game this year? Is Oregon Penn State, right?
Yes.
And Oregon won.
Oregon beat them and then had to play Ohio State in the second round.
Man,
and then Penn State got that joke in Ashton Genty in Boise, threw him around like a rag doll.
You know what's funny is everyone talks up Oregon the whole year. Ohio State just routs them. Notre Dame was one stop away from getting the ball back down 8. 1 3rd and 10 away.
You got killed by Ohio State.
We got crushed, but we did. I mean, it was a game. That was a game in the fourth quarter.
That wasn't a game.
It was a one possession game. Get a stop and we get the ball back.
You wouldn't have scored.
Probably not, but it was a game.
Better game than Oregon played, that's for sure.
That game sucked. That was 28-0, right?
At the half, yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal. Okay, let's get over to the NFC North. So today, Andy Herman tweeted out In Packers practice, 2-minute drill, 1:45 left. He says down 30 to 28. The offense gets the ball on their own 30-yard line. And here's the next few plays. Love incomplete pass to Reed, low and behind him a bit. Love to Golden for 5 yards. Clock ticks. Love to Reed for a first down. Love to Reed on a slant for 9. Love to Reed up the seam for about 20. Josh Jacobs up the middle for 3. Offense on 25-yard line, 43-yarder for the win.
There's probably some pants soaked around Wisconsin.
Probably. So we've talked this offseason a lot about Matthew Golden. We have talked a lot in the last episode, or I talked a lot about Dontavian Wicks and how people are talking about him maybe having a Devontae Adams-like leap in year 3 as someone who dropped the ball in year 2 consistently.
Forgetting Jayden Reed.
No one's talking about Jayden Reed.
I know.
And Jayden Reed has been very quiet up until Monday, up until the first padded practice. 2-minute drill, game on the line. That's who Jordan Love was going to.
Hey, when the pads are thrown on, you separate the men and the boys.
And Jayden Reed now for a couple years has seemed to be the guy, right? I know that they don't have that true number one that it's always coming up when you talk about the Packers receivers. But if you had to pick one, it's been Jayden Reed. And he's had his struggles, but I feel like he's gone a little underappreciated this offseason.
Especially in terms of being their best receiver last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I own Jayden Reed in fantasy at my flex position.
So I just don't want people to forget about Jayden Reed because this guy, this is what's so encapsulating about the entire Packers receiver room is you can get caught up talking about Golden because it's all there, first round talent, and he's quick, he's good, got good hands. You get caught up with Dontavian Wicks because of the potential, and Romeo Doubs, he's in the headlines for various reasons, but catches everything, and then you can forget our best guy actually hasn't been talked about.
Yeah, and our last year in every situation, I felt like where Green Bay needed something, Jayden Reed was the guy they went to. Like he was the guy that Jordan Love looked right to.
And in an offseason now where we keep saying who's going to emerge, like the likely answer is probably Jayden Reed.
Yeah.
Even including Matthew Golden. Like I think that if a gun was to your head and you said, who do you think will be the Packers' best receiver next year? It's Golden or Reed, and Reed might be the actual answer.
I love trust Reed. Obviously, like this, something like this just proves that today.
Yeah, and it's just one training camp drive, but still, listen to the names that you're hearing. You heard Golden, you heard Reed. So I think those two guys. And it's not, this isn't coming out with a crazy declaration, but I think those two guys are going to clear themselves as the 1-2, and then you'll have a very, very solid 3 and 4 option in Wicks and Dobbs.
What has Wicks really done?
He's had a really good training camp.
Okay.
They say he's been catching everything. They said
no. The potential's there. The potential is sky high for him.
No, it
is.
It's there, but
the ceiling is
you
there.
You need to see it.
But Jayden Reed, we've seen it. That's the difference. Reed has had a good season in the NFL.
Yes. And so I'm just saying, keep your eyes on Jayden Reed. I think that he's going a little bit underappreciated right now.
Keep your eyes on Robert Ziggy Ziegler up in Beantown.
We also have news on.
My eyes are always on Robert Ziggy.
Everyone's always talking about
Me
Ziggy.
too.
Man, that guy.
Me too.
Ziggy up in Boston. I wonder if he's going to go to a Red Sox game.
He should.
Probably.
I mean,
At
that
one
was a
point.
bucket list place.
I think I'm not sure if he's been there before, actually. I remember walking in as a Yankee fan. I was like being, a typical Yankee fan. Like, I don't know. I walk into Fenway Park and it was just unbelievable.
We just have some absurdly attractive people on this show. Lauren, Ziggy, producer Zach. I feel like you and I are just these ugly dudes compared to these three.
I can't believe you looped Paul into
I can't believe I
that.
said
That
that.
was crazy.
I mean, look, I can take it. I can take it. I have
That's a
thick
joke.
skin.
It's a
I have
joke.
thick
It's a
skin.
joke. It's a joke.
It's so obviously a joke that
It would have been much worse if I had just thrown you in there and not kept myself.
and then you're like Ziggy, me, and then we have you as well.
You just this guy.
We had a comment, I'm pretty sure, that came out. It was just like, dude, without the headphones on, Paul, your ears are humongous. I was like, yeah, I mean, bro, I gotta be able to listen. You gotta be able to hear things.
I have pretty big ears too. I've been called an elf before.
I don't think that's because
You've
of
gotten
your
goblin.
ears.
I've gotten goblin,
That's-
elf. Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Jack? For us, it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's how many times you get back up, right?
I keep throwing punches.
We'll see what comments come flying our way.
I was called out of shape by our friend David yesterday. So I'm out of shape, ugly-looking elf.
That's why
That's currently what I am.
I'm like begging for Peloton or one of these, like fitness companies to come sponsor us.
I'm an out of shape elf, Lauren.
Yeah, we gotta get Jack back in shape. Today's blank is brought to you by Peloton.
I know.
Something like that would be awesome. But you might just be so far gone that there's no.
I think it's over.
There's no road to recovery.
There's no hope.
Yeah,
I think it's over. I'm like 145 pounds now. I think it's.
Speaking of hope, the Vikings plan for JJ McCarthy came out for the preseason. They're going to have JJ play on August 9th against the Texans and then sit him for the next 2 games. Now, let me see if you guys can guess what immediately what will happen. What immediately pops into my mind when I hear that?
He'll be fine August 9th. They'll sit in the next 2 games, and week 1 he gets hurt.
No, I think he'll immediately get hurt against the Texans. I'm like, okay. He needs to play. You have to play him.
Of course.
Yes, you have to play him. And if you're Aaron Rodgers, you could sit out all 3 games. If you're Mahomes, if you're Burrow, if you're Jaden Daniels, if you're CJ Stroud, I don't think you need to play.
JJ McCarthy needs to play.
JJ McCarthy needs a few snaps. Most guys say that it's good. They feel comfortable getting some snaps. But anytime you step on the football field, it's such a physical game that anything can happen. The play that JJ got hurt on, it wasn't like he got hit. He planted his leg.
Anybody can get hurt any given day.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. But he needs to be out there. I think this is the right approach. Get him some reps. Hopefully it goes well. Now, if he goes out there and sucks, maybe he winds up playing part of the game. I don't know if they deviate from that plan. But in an ideal world, JJ goes out there for a few drives. I guess they play him a quarter or a half, maybe.
I mean, if he can come out and go 7 for 9 with a touchdown and 70-something yards.
Oh, I mean, if he did if he does what he did last year against the Raiders, I think he went 11 for 18 with 2 touchdowns and a pick, and he bounced back from an opening drive interception. That's great. Mm-hmm. I mean, he had 2 deep balls, and Ziggy wanted me to point out as well. A lot of people are talking about concerns with JJ McCarthy's strength and his deep ball. He's been launching them at training camp. He's had a couple 60-yard passes to Naylor and Addison now. It could be showtime.
Well, it could be showtime. He's out to prove guys like me wrong.
I mean, we already know that the Vikings are going to be, in terms of being able to hand the football off. JJ McCarthy could do that better than anyone.
I mean, Aaron Jones might have 2,500 rushing yards this year.
And it's about the way he hands it off too, right? The footwork.
Yes, he hands it off amazing.
The placement.
Yeah.
The consistency.
The best I've ever seen.
Yeah. So that's the plan.
And if he can get
now.
his deep balls and his passing down, he could be Tom Brady.
That August. So I have a wedding on August 9th. The game's at 4:00.
I actually do too.
Really?
Yeah.
And we don't have to say who, but
Same wedding.
not the same. Where's yours?
Connecticut.
Are you serious? So is mine.
Yeah.
It can't be. There was an interesting situation.
The town.
If you're given a +1 to,
I forget the town.
Go on with the +1 question.
If you're given a +1 to a wedding, but it's kind of understood, it should really be for people in relationships.
I didn't get a +1.
I got a +1, but I was talking to my good friend who's getting married, and he was like, "You do whatever you want." But he was like, "Yeah, I think the intention is for people who are dating people to bring the +1, and not for people like me to treat it like a date." So I opted to deny the +1.
I think if you had
it's the right choice.
Talking to someone throughout the summer or something, and if you were officially together, but it was a thing, then it could be appropriate. But I mean,
I'd
you got
probably
nothing.
Come on.
I'd probably say that
I don't have nothing, but nothing of the substantial.
You don't want to bring a rando to somebody's wedding.
Lauren, no, yeah, it's not about me.
Lauren, I would have asked you as my +1.
I mean, also, it's not. No one would give it.
Would you have come? If I got a +1 and I asked you, would you have come?
Yes, I have a gown I've been itching to wear, and I have no.
Well, that's
one
what
to
you
wear it
realize
to.
is that all girls just are dying to go to weddings.
I got to push for a +1.
They just want to go to weddings. Yeah, you got to get a +1.
I won't.
I know who yours is. We are not going to the same wedding.
Yeah, no.
But
I won't be
anyway, we're going to have to tap in Ziggy because we need to react to the JJ McCarthy game. That needs to be a reaction. And I mean, if it's 4:00, I might be home by 7. Depends.
You're just going for the day.
Yeah, it's a day trip for the wedding.
Damn.
I don't know.
No,
I feel
it's-
like if you're like
yeah, I can't-
partying, like it's your friend,
Yeah.
you want to like be there.
You can't
It's an
just
event.
leave the wedding and be like, yeah, I'm going back to record for JJ McCarthy's preseason game. So we'll see. Hopefully,
Depends
Ziggy
how close you are with the
can-
groom.
You know what? You can always record on Sunday.
How close are you with the groom?
Close. Good friend.
All right.
Good
yeah.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah.
at the
No.
wedding.
Okay. We'll rule that out. Maybe I'll go on Sunday. We'll see if Ziggy
A little
wants
bit
to
louder
Sunday.
now.
Um,
Hey.
Was there something else? I thought there was something else that I wanted to bring up, but that actually might. That actually could be it.
I was going to drink it.
Did you like the Aaron Rodgers response to Terry Bradshaw?
I thought it was a great response.
For
I mean,
those who are unaware, Terry Bradshaw said regarding the Steelers pursuing Aaron Rodgers, that's a joke. That is just to me a joke. What are you going to do? Bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? That guy needs to stay in California, go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there.
Oh my god.
Which, yeah, it's it's a pretty brutal response from Bradshaw. Rodgers, I actually thought came out and handled it very maturely. He said, "Well, I whisper to the gods every single day," but then he came and said, "I'd love to get to know Terry on a deeper level, and I feel like if he gave me a chance to get to know him, we'd have a good friendship. Because for me, I have nothing but the utmost amount of respect and deference for what the greats have done, because they laid the foundation for us to be able to play in this great game. I'd love to get to know him on a deeper level if he's open to it. Maybe we can go chew on some bark or whatever the hell he's talking about."
I mean, that's per. Bradshaw's what, a 70-something-year-old man? Aaron's diffusing it.
If you're the quarterback of the Steelers,
Like, you want no
you
beef
do
with-
not want to come out and say like Terry Bradshaw
Right.
can go F himself.
Yes, exactly.
That is like,
Like, you want no beef with Terry Bradshaw if you're Aaron
yes,
Rodgers.
you have enough distractions if you're in the Aaron Rodgers world that the last thing you want is probably the biggest legend. Maybe he might be the most popular Steeler, right? Like him,
I mean,
Big
I
Ben,
don't
Joe
know.
Green.
I'd say Ben, but that's just me being
Like, who's the most prominent
How old
former
I am?
Steeler? Antonio Brown. But out of the prominent Steelers,
I'd
like,
say
he is Pittsburgh Steeler royalty.
top four. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
he's
top four.
Pittsburgh Steeler royalty. The last thing in the world he wants Aaron Rodgers to be like, me go choose some bark. Are you kidding me, Terry Bradshaw?
Yeah, like you don't want. He handled it perfectly.
Yeah. So I think that was well done. Maybe that's just Steeler Roger.
I'd chew some bark with him.
Yeah, if Rodgers is chewing on bark,
I mean-
I mean,
Me, Rodgers, Terry, and Ben is 4 Steeler greats. Imagine that foursome.
that would be a three
That's-
of them quarterbacks,
That's-
one of them just a large fan.
That's 4 Steelers greats.
I think I think that Mike Tomlin, they say he does a good job of player control. I this is not one where I would say Mike Tomlin is like, do not come out and criticize Bradshaw, but I think it is the mature thing for Aaron.
But
to
we
do.
just like Bradshaw was overrated. He was
Yeah, Terry was overrated. He's carried by those defenses back
Yeah.
then.
yeah.
It's time to get off TV.
You can go chew on some bark.
Yeah, that would have been bad. So, but I think that was good. I like Aaron Rodgers. Again, I think he definitely has some controversial comments that are not good, but I don't think he's a bad guy actively. So, all right, we can wrap it up there. Unless let me just do one quick search and see is anything
You got anything, Lauren?
crazy. Courtland Sutton
no.
and the Broncos reach a $92 million contract extension. 4-year, $92 million contract extension for Courtland Sutton.
Who?
Yeah, who?
Did you have him
Okay.
last year on fantasy?
I think I had him 2 years ago.
So 2 years ago is when he had
I don't think he was that good 2 years ago.
Oh, let me
700
guess. What he plays? Wide receiver.
yes, well
Yes.
done.
Really?
Yes.
You know what? You know when you had him 2 years ago because he bounced back. He had 829 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then you drafted him late and he had 772 but 10 touchdowns. Because I remember you got like some okay scoring from him.
Yes,
With
but I
the
guess the
TDs.
yardage wasn't there when he scored
Yeah.
touchdowns.
And
Yeah,
last year, 1,081 yards and 8 touchdowns. So 29 years old.
yeah, I mean he's the best receiver. You got a second-year quarterback. What?
Yeah, never quite lived up to the hype that I think after that 2019 year when he went for 1,100 yards and 6 TDs in year 2. There were some pretty high expectations, but good for Courtland Sutton. I mean, that's a nice bounce back after it looked like his career was. He had 4 touchdowns over the 2020 to 2022.
Oh, so
season.
I'm sure Bo Nix likes him a lot, and that
yeah.
plays a role.
Yeah, Bo Nix just came in higher than Jordan Love in the top 100 players.
It's not surprising to me.
Bo Nix came in at 64. He said he wants to be one of the best in the world.
He is. He actually is.
Said, I want to be the best in the world. Was his quote.
He's one of the best in the world now.
So now you're going to have Jaden Daniels. You'll have Bo Nix. You will not have Drake May. You will not have Penix. You will not have Caleb from the 5 rookies last year started. If you 2 of the top 100 quarterbacks being rookies last year, it's pretty good. And soon to be 3 with JJ. So we'll wrap it up there. Lauren, thanks for stepping in as producer. Thanks for the guidance on the wedding dates. And great job. I mean, as long as you didn't end the recording, you succeeded. So well done.
Thank you.
And Jack,
Viewers went through the
we'll be
roof line.
back with Ziggy on Wednesday recording for a Thursday show. So we'll see you then.